At the Makgeolli party, there's a hidden star among the group. He's the man responsible for creating anju, or dishes that complement alcohol. It's chef Paul Baurez. Paul's somewhat unconventional dishes are ready, and it's finally time to road test the results.
Let's go and eat. Okay.
Wow, bravo!
The partygoers' hands and mouths instantly reach for the food. Traditional dishes adapted to provide a better match for Makgeolli.
이게 살짝 녹네요, 녹아. 와.
How do you find your recipe match with Makgeolli?
I went on kind of a journey in Korea to find out more about Makgeolli.
Today we join Paul on a special journey of Makgeolli and anju. The first stop on Paul's journey is Seoul. Jeonju Street at the center of Seoul leads out from the front gates of Gyeongbokgung Palace, where Joseon kings once lived. In the past, the street was frequented by officials on horseback. Ordinary people would avoid the officials' horses by taking the narrow alley next to Jeonju Street called Pimatgol. Pimatgol soon became the center of Koreans' drinking culture, and the most sought-after items were makgeolli and bindaetteok, or mung bean pancakes. However, with the onset of urban development, the Makgeolli shops of Pimatgol Alley closed one by one. Now, the old tradition continues only in one corner of an alleyway in Jeonju. Famous for its makgeolli and bindaetteok, this eatery first opened its doors in Pimatgol Alley in 1954, right after the Korean War. In 2009, it moved to its current location. The Makgeolli store was once a haven tucked in an alleyway for Koreans seeking comfort and hearty food. After Pimatgol Alley disappeared, its old presence remains only in a couple of photographs. But even today, it is a favorite spot for customers who seek comfort in a glass of makgeolli and its accompanying memories.
그때 아주머니는 아주 예쁜 아주머니. 음식에 대한 향수뿐만이 아니고 여기 사장님이 뭐 평생을 빈대떡에 목숨을 걸으시다가 마찬가지로 우리도 그런 그 추억을 먹자고 오는 거지요. 여기 그냥 막걸리하고 빈대떡만 먹으러 그냥 오는 게 아니라 여기 간판 브랜드고.
Time took no toll on the popularity of Makgeolli's favorite match, bindaetteok. The recipe and ingredients remained unchanged through the decades. But one thing has changed, the grinding stone.
옛날에는 저걸로 썼어요. 사람이 이렇게 돌려가지고 이게 너무 힘이 들어서 기계를 쓰게 되는 거죠. 1시간 걸리고 1시간 또 돌리다가 또 모자라면 또 돌리고 그랬어요 그때.
That's really fast, very strong lady actually. Very impressive.
할머니가 불려주신 그대로 또 오리지널 그대로 하려고 노력하고 지금까지 노력하고 있습니다.
A bindaetteok that's true to tradition. How does it taste? One important ingredient is the pork grease used to pan fry the bindaetteok.
Is it original bindaetteok?
조미료 그런 거 전혀 안 쓰고 캡베스 조금 들어가고 양파 좀 들어가고 소금 간 약간 하고 또 원래 그 맛을 살리기 위해서 그렇게 다른 거를 전혀 넣지 않아요. 그리고
It is finally time to taste the long-awaited makgeolli and bindaetteok. In Seoul, the heart of the country, there is a wide variety of makgeolli available. A table is set with Paul's choice, grain makgeolli.
This is some oyster that have been marinated, and this is all you're going to combine together.
A piece of bindaetteok with spicy salted oyster and pickled onion, together with a glass of grain makgeolli. What's it like?
We have a black bean makgeolli, so it's a very nutty flavor, and the combination it's quite sweet, soft.
Cheap bindaetteok and makgeolli. In the past, this humble combination was all that the Koreans needed for solace. Time and memories have added depth to the flavor of makgeolli today. The second destination is Jeonju. Jeonju is considered the cradle of Korean traditional culture. The fertile plains have long produced abundant crops, leading to a rich food culture. Over the past 10 years, Jeonju developed its own makgeolli culture with the Makgeolli Alley, lined with dozens of makgeolli stores. Paul hopes to experience Jeonju's unique makgeolli culture here in the alley. He stops at the sight of countless bottles of makgeolli being delivered in the morning.
It's all makgeolli?
예, 전부 막걸리.
Only makgeolli.
예, 한 130병 정도.
130.
The owner carefully looks at the bottles. What is she checking for? A closer look reveals that there are two types of makgeolli, cloudy and clear.
무슨 막걸리 아니에요.
아니요?
이거는 이제 탁주를 숙성시킨 술이 맑은 막걸리. 유산균이 탁주보다 훨씬 많이 들어있어요. 그러면서 순하면서 와인처럼 먹었을 때 맑고 목 넘김이 이제 가볍다는 얘기를 많이 하거든요.
The difference becomes more apparent when the makgeolli is poured into a kettle. Clear makgeolli is made by refrigerating cloudy makgeolli for about a week, then skimming off just the clear liquid at the top. It's also a special feature of the makgeolli culture of Jeonju.
The smell already is very different. This one tends to have sharpness and sweetness at the same time.
Paul has a taste.
It's very nice, very refreshing, very clear, very light, very smooth, especially very smooth. 이모. What can I order anju?
막걸리 시키면 안주 그냥 공짜 나와요, 같이.
오케이. 막걸리 하나 주세요.
뭐 맑은 막걸리.
Clear 막걸리.
Food is served free of charge with every order of makgeolli. What kind of anju is served in this famous city of gastronomy? There are 4 basic dishes that come with a kettle of makgeolli. Paul is surprised to see the endless parade of food.
This is really impressive. This is wow. When you order 1 kettle of makgeolli, this is what you get for it to eat on the side. It's not the restaurant where you really come alone. It's a restaurant where you come with your family and friend.
From samgyetang to kimchi pancakes, just looking at the dishes makes you feel full. The plentiful anju served with alcohol explains why clear makgeolli, which is less filling than cloudy makgeolli, became popular in Jeonju.
Let's try the samgyetang now. The chicken is very tender. You got the full aroma of the vegetables cooked inside. It's the kind of dish you really want to match with the clear makgeolli.
There is a special reason that this store started serving healthy chicken ginseng soup with makgeolli.
우리 한국 사람들 옛날에 막걸리 먹었을 때 배고팠을 때 막걸리를 먹었어요. 밥 대용으로. 1차에 밥 안 먹고 와서 처음부터 1차에 먹을 수 있는 게 뭘까 생각하다가 삼계탕을 이제 손님한테 드리면 어떨까 생각했어요.
Seasoned with the owner's thoughtful attention to her customers' needs and well-being, the makgeolli goes down easy, and Jang Paul's kettle is soon empty.
Well, for us, this one is almost done. So what we're going to do is one more kettle, please. 감사합니다.
The second kettle of makgeolli comes with a new set of dishes. In Jeonju's Makgeolli Alley, each additional kettle of makgeolli means more food on the side. The second table includes 4 dishes, from oysters to grilled fish. With every kettle, the table is set again with enough food to make a full meal. Each store serves its own set of dishes, but one thing is the same: the abundance of food that can satisfy even the most ravenous hunger.
Santé. Santé.
Jeonju's Makgeolli Alley is now famous nationwide. Customers come from all over the country to taste Jeonju's clear makgeolli and the generous amounts of anju served on the side.
여기가 먼저 왔죠?
일행 기다려요. 저는 먼저 들어갈게요.
전주 구경하러 왔는데 전주 막걸리도 유명한 것도 그렇고 여기가 막걸리 시키면 안주 되게 푸짐하게 준다 그래가지고 종류별로 많이 나오는 거 보니까 빨리 먹고 싶네요. 막걸리도 그렇고.
Jang Paul, who was enjoying himself so much, suddenly wrinkles his nose. What's wrong?
Something is a little bit smelly around, so I don't know if I think it's from this table, so I'm just going to have a look at it because it's a bit strange. 안녕하세요. Fermented skate wing, but the smell of ammonia is so strong. Most people cannot stand it, especially Westerners.
He braves the smell to taste the skate.
예? 건배. 건배.
Even some Koreans have trouble eating fermented skate. Will our French chef be able to take it?
맛있어요.
맛있어요?
Very strong. Very strong.
막걸리도 발효 음식, 홍어도 발효 음식, 김치도 발효 음식. 저희는 이렇게 해가지고 이렇게 툭 쏘는 맛, 발효에 툭 쏘는 맛도 이렇게 저희는.
Since long ago, Hongos Hamap has been considered the best match for makgeolli. It's a southern dish consisting of fermented skate, steamed pork, and aged kimchi. The organic acid of the makgeolli neutralizes the ammonia of the skate and softens the taste, making the two a perfect match. In the Makgeolli Alley of Jeonju, alcohol calls for anju, and anju calls for alcohol.
건배.
On the journey to find the best anju for makgeolli, Jang Paul's last stop is the southern port city of Mokpo. Jang Paul has come here specifically to learn about skate. 80% of Korea's skate originates from here, Mokpo. From the entrance of the fish market, you see skate wherever you turn. Skate is in season from autumn to the following spring. We asked a merchant about the best way to enjoy skate.
생리고기랑 김치하고 막걸리하고 어디가 그게 삼합이에요.
Makgeolli and fermented skate are favourites in Korea's southern cities. This combination, which was enjoyed by the people of Jeju before it became today's Mokpo, has existed since the Joseon dynasty. According to Chasan Obo, a book on ichthyology by the Joseon scholar Chung Yak-jeon, the people of the Jeju area enjoyed fermented skate with makgeolli. Makgeolli and hongo samap represent the pinnacle of fermented foods. In the southern regions of Korea, this unique combination is made richer with specially flavored makgeolli. Paul heads off in search of this special type of makgeolli that goes well with hongo samap.
어서 오세요.
안녕하세요.
Indongcho, a species of honeysuckle, maintains green leaves and stems even in winter. It's a medicinal plant and at this brewery, an ingredient for makgeolli.
그것이 생명력이 강해서 겨울에도 죽지 않고 이렇게 팔았다. 그래서
알았어요.
네, 그래서 밟아도 죽지도 않는다.
This brewery makes makgeolli with indongcho. First, indongcho, rice, nuruk or fermentation starter, and licorice are left to mature for 15 days.
인동초인데 꽃하고 이파리하고 줄기하고 세 가지요. 인동초를 먹으면 향이 너무 좋아요.
Long-term smelling.
Paul checks out the fragrance.
향이 너무 좋죠.
You have to imagine you are in a field, in a countryside. It's really fresh. It's fresh grass. It's a bit of straw. It's sweetness of a flower.
Nuruk is added to the ingredients and fermented for 15 days. Intrigued, Paul ladles up the nuruk.
Slowly. 여기네.
You can see this is the yeast, the natural yeast, and you can see as well the leaf coating the rice. This is the base of the yeast for the makgeolli.
The yellow color grows deeper with fermentation.
New discovery for me, especially in Korea. I've been trying many kind of traditional drinks, but so far I haven't encountered makgeolli with this nice flower and sweetness, sweet aroma to it.
How will the sweet indongcho makgeolli pair with the fermented skate? Aged kimchi, soft steamed pork, and fermented skate. The hongo samap is ready. Pour some fine yellow indongcho makgeolli and the table is set. After seeing how the makgeolli is made, Paul is more curious about the taste. According to the locals, there's a particular way of eating this dish.
삼합에다 이 막걸리에다 잘 어울린다 해서 홍탁. 이거 먼저 드세요. 그럼 먹고 이 막걸리를 갑니다.
A mouthful of hongo samap and a fragrant sip of makgeolli. How will Jeong Paul enjoy this southern delicacy?
맛있네. 너무 맛있어요. The ammonium smell, ammoniac smell of the ongo, still very strong on the nose. But on the palate, in mouth, actually the kimchi and the pork are completely cutting down this smell, which is very uncomfortable first for us, but they are breaking down the smell. Adding on top of that the makgeolli, actually it's nearly disappearing.
Skate and makgeolli. The secret of this centuries-old combination lies in the harmony of the food and the drink. Jeong Paul's journey is over, and now it's his turn to create fusion anju to serve with makgeolli.
막걸리를 저도 좀 좋아해서 많이 먹는데 막걸리를 먹을 때 항상 같은 안주, 같은 이제 그런 것만 먹다 보니까 이제 새로운 걸 한번 알고 싶어서.
Today, he's preparing 4 different dishes. The ingredients range from seafood to meat and vegetables.
The first dish we're going to make, it's quite easy.
The first dish is seafood stir-fried noodles.
Going to be moving, dancing with the heat. As you can see, it's starting to move. And you eat it while drinking at the beginning, just before your meal. That's why I wanted to make this dish.
This hearty dish will be best enjoyed when paired with a particular type of makgeolli.
Especially with dishes that you can use as a main course, I like to use clear makgeolli, cloudy makgeolli. They tend to be quite heavy and people always complain a little in the middle of the meal is too much. The clear makgeolli, it's solve the problem by making it fresh and light, so it's perfect for me, especially with the noodles.
The best pairing for these dishes? Sweet makgeolli with spicy ginger chicken. Clear makgeolli with seafood stir-fried noodles. Mixed grain makgeolli with the seafood gratin. And fruit makgeolli with octopus and chorizo pancake. Finding the right anju will double the taste of alcohol. The students try the makgeolli and food according to Jeong Paul's recommendations. Do they like the new fusion dishes?
이게 살짝 짠데 이 검은콩 막걸리가 막걸리 중에 많이 담백한 것 같아서 되게 잘 어울리고 셰프가 추천해준 것만큼 아주 좋은 것 같아요.
아, 이제 치킨에 이제 막걸리를 먹어도 이게 딱 어울리는구나. 먹어보면서 아, 막걸리가 되게 서양 음식이랑 잘 어울린다는 걸 오늘 알게 된 것 같아요.
Makgeolli tastes better the more you know about it. The guests at the party appreciate the taste of makgeolli and anju more after listening to Jeong Paul's explanation.
The spicy one will be nice with the grape makgeolli. For example, a little bit slightly sweet white wine, and it will cut down the chili or the spice into dish. So makgeolli and wine can be look the same way.
Makgeolli is alcohol with a variety of colors, fragrances and flavors. And for each of its forms, it has the ability to pair itself with a different dish. This is the versatility of Korea's traditional alcohol, makgeolli.